Good afternoon, this is Chris Brecher with the Simpler Stocks free video for April 12th, 2016. It's 4:05 p.m. Today was all about that all day you just had a feeling the market didn't want to go up. You had things that looked good like Goldman Sachs all day wouldn't go down. You had Citigroup wouldn't go down. But you had things like Google and Amazon that it seemed like they just didn't want to go up even though they looked okay on a chart. So let's go to the charts and show you what I mean. Today you had the ES is down 650, NASDAQ down 1750, Russell down 5. Russell was weak all day. You had the advanced decline that was positive all day. That was a real wrench in the bear case. You had the Nikkei down again, down 80 points. So what do we see in here? Basically, when on Simpler Stocks on the premium side, in the forum, on the chat, live chat we do every morning, and on the video, we were talking about this move in the NASDAQ. To me, the key was the NASDAQ and the Russell. What do I mean by that? We were showing this ledge in the NASDAQ right here on the right. What we did, though, is because this is a 24-hour chart, we showed the NDX instead, which is the actual index that only trades normal market hours. What we saw on this was this. We saw this on the right, we saw this ledge right there. We closed right at that ledge. The whole idea is all day when this started to look weak, I know there were a lot of people that were watching the same chart I was watching in here, were watching this ledge right here. You weren't sure whether it was going to break up or this little triangle was going to break down. The second it fell under that, which was really in the last hour, that pulled everything down. Other thing you had in here was the Russell. A lot of people are looking at the Russell futures and saying that if it broke right here, broke up, we go to this 1150 area. Look at this, and I made this like really a close-up so you could see that we had this bull flag, which once it performed the objective of the bull flag almost perfectly, went straight down. What'd you do then? You formed this little bear flag that you also broke down the last hour. So both of those were negative developments, and we closed right at an important ledge on the NASDAQ. And now the Russell, if you zoom out, let's put this on the RUT, which is the actual index. You can see this, it closes right there, clear as day. You can see this bear flag here, and then you can see if that does the objective, it'll break that one, which could get it down to 1090, which could invalidate this entire bullish formation. And instead of this being a bull flag on the left, instead it becomes a bear wedge on the left, which had negative divergence. If it breaks that, this is another index which then is rolling over, which can also lend credibility that the market could have a nice sell-off. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's go to the second stage of the equation. I'm going to unlink this. I'm going to put the ESs on the left. We've been talking about this on the free, the premium, and all over the premium chat room. Is you have the ESs on the left on a daily, and we've seen the negative divergence with the Nikkei, where the Nikkei is near its low in February, while the ESs are near their high, believe it or not. So if you take this on a daily, check this out. See on how you have the divergence right here down to this area, while the ESs are up here. So the whole idea is that's your first divergence. Now we're starting to see a couple of other divergences creep into the mix. You have the Dow Jones Transports right here. I get a little discombobulated when it takes so long to load on Thinkorswim, so I apologize for that. You have the transports down 36 today. And it's sort of like trying to sell you land in the Everglades. I was about to say, well, you got to believe me about the chart, but let's give it a minute and see if we can get it to work. And let's try to go to another chart and see if it'll work. But you have a divergence between the Nikkei and the ESs. You have the transports that actually now are trying to get under their moving average. And you have the Russell. Let's see if that one will work. You have the Russell that's already under its moving averages. And like I said, that might be a bear wedge. And let's try it again with the Dow Jones Transports and see if we can get it. There we go. So you see this is under its moving average. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, it's under the moving average. We have a big divergence. Don't forget, the transports have been under their moving average a lot more than the ESs. But it becomes a big concern to the bulls if the Dow Jones Transport gets under this 49 EMA right there. It's been holding it up because that puts the ES is really about 50 points from there, 44 points from there. Very interesting if that's going to happen. So you are starting to see divergences. You have the Russell, the transports, the Nikkei. Big deal in here. And like I said, is if the NASDAQ breaks a ledge, that will go down as well. So we have a lot of influences in here. Now the negative in here, and I have to make this clear, if you were bearish, is one, we still have high degree of bearishness in other surveys, such as the AAII Sentiment Index, and also in the StockTwits sentiment charts, which I've been posting every weekend. Now, this is something you could get from StockTwits, but to compile it all takes hours. And I've been posting it every Sunday on the StockTwits on the Simpler Stocks premium side. Let me show you what it looks like so you know what I'm talking about. When you go to home on the Simpler Stocks, you get this. You get the chat room, which is open from right now. It's from 8 to 9:15 Eastern in the morning, where I'm on live, answer everybody's question, very interactive. We're thinking of changing that to have some during the market hours. You have our forum, which is incredibly active. Last night we had 300 people in the forum just looking around, just in the middle of really about 9 at night. You have our premium videos, which come out every night. We have a meetup and learning center where I give free classes. Sometimes they're supposed to be 15 minutes. Usually a lot of times they go for an hour. And then I have my chart ideas. When you go to the chart ideas, I have stock trades, index and futures charts, and unusual options activity. Usually the unusual option activity, I don't do like other sites and post like 20 or 30 of them. I go through all the activity, look at charts, and just pick the best ones. Last week we picked HOG, which worked amazing. That was just a really good one and went down basically about 10% the day after we mentioned it. Today we brought up Tiffany. So if you get a chance, look at that. But the thing in here that we've been showing is a lot of the chart ideas. And we've been showing this. And when I talk about the premium side, we do things like this. First, here's the sentiment table. And as you see on here, this takes a lot of work. As you see, it was 68% bearish 2 weeks ago and the market went up. Last week there was less bearishness, the market went down. Today we have a lot of bearishness and the market still went down. But it started the day way up. This might have changed intraday. But I post all of these, try to have it color-coded to make it easy for everyone. And overall, it's a pretty interesting indicator. But those are things that every Sunday I've been posting. Now, we've also done chart ideas, and that's where I showed this ledge in the NDX. So it's very important to watch this right here and see if we're going to hold this overnight. Now, if it breaks here, we could go down by that amount. And where would that get you? Go on a 78-minute, and I think you'll see goes right to this support area. That's the one it's about to break if it breaks. Then it goes to 4,400. There's like a thin zone down there. So that's something very interesting I'm watching. As you see down here, we're overbought and not oversold. So we have enough ammunition to go lower. So as you know, we have a $7 30-day trial. It includes all the things I just showed you. I hope you get a chance to sign up for it. It's been working great. We have a great community of a lot of people. And it's been really a great back and forth. So everybody take care. I will talk to you tomorrow.